In this video, I'm going to tell you the number one thing 99.9% of all women wish that men would do, but most men do not do. And I'm also going to tell you 3 super easy and practical things you can do that'll instantly make you more present and attractive when talking to women. So keep watching. All right, before I jump in and give you the gold, I want to remind you that if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, 1 or 2. And if you like me and want to make sure you never miss out on the critical information that I share every single week about how to attract women and be the man that women want, then hit the subscribe button below now. One of the most important things that any guy should learn regarding attracting quality women is something rarely ever taught or spoken about, which is a genuine mystery since it's something all women crave instinctively. Sure, any guy can learn to be confident, hold the conversation well, make her laugh, and show that he's a high-quality guy in a number of different ways. But there's one thing that men who are consistently successful with women do that is different than all the others. These are guys who actually get the second date, even if they think they did something wrong. They're the ones who have women looking at them with a twinkle in their eyes and a smile with lips quivering in excitement and anticipation. They're the ones who have a woman checking her phone every 7 seconds to see if she got a message from him. They're the ones who can make a woman's heart sing with happiness. I know, cheesy, but whatever. And make them moan with ecstasy because he was able to create something that no other guy could give her. So what is that exactly? What is this one thing that 99% of all women want, desire, and crave? It's to be with a man who knows how to make us feel special. Now I'm gonna repeat that because it's really important and I don't want you jumping on this statement until you let me fully explain it. Women want to be with a man that knows how to make us feel special. When you're able to make us feel special, you bring that X factor that makes you stand out from everyone and anyone else. Unfortunately for women, there aren't a lot of guys who can make us feel special without coming off as needy, feminine, or like they're entirely faking it. So what's the best way to do that? How do you make her feel special without putting us on a pedestal and coming across as the kind of men us women are going to be turned off by? It's to be fully present and in the moment when you're talking to us. When a grounded, quality man gives us the gift of his undivided attention, where it feels like he's genuinely interested in finding out what makes us unique, that's incredibly sexy. So I want to give you 3 practical things you can do that'll instantly make you more present and more attractive when talking to any woman. When you do these 3 things, women will instantly feel special and want to open up to you in every way possible. All right, here's number 1, active listening. Most guys don't really listen when a woman is talking. Sure, it may seem like they're listening, but in reality, they're probably just waiting for their turn to talk. I've noticed this is really common with guys who study dating advice, especially from like pickup artists. They're so focused on saying the exact right thing to try and impress us that their attention is inside their own heads, which prevents them from being fully present and a part of the conversation. One way this might show up is asking a question only because he wants to give his own answer. So for example, he might ask about the favorite place we've ever traveled to. And once we answer, he'll immediately talk about his favorite place and not relate it to anything we just said. The end result is that it feels like he's talking at us rather than talking with us. And this is so common. And no woman likes that. And it's gonna cause us to immediately shut down and shut off, not give you anything, AKA no attraction for you. Here's a couple of little tricks on how to make sure you actively listen to women. Number 1, nod your head when she's talking. Number 2, use statements like, I see, or that's interesting, or tell me more. Number 3, if you really want to show a woman you've listened and heard her, you can repeat back what she just said. So you were a dancer when you were younger. The 4th little trick you can do is after you've repeated what she said, you can comment on it. So you were a dancer when you were younger. That's awesome. This is the icing on the cake for active listening. And here's the last little trick you can do. You can follow up your listening with your own personal share and then a compliment to make her feel special. So this is when you get to talk. I'm the worst dancer in the whole world. It definitely takes a lot of commitment and drive to stick with dancing. Compliment, and then you can continue with your conversation and how that relates to what she just said. And that is active listening with an attractive punch. All right, number 2, ask deeper questions. Following on number 1, you want to ask questions that show you've been listening to us, and that not only have you been listening, you're also genuinely interested and curious to hear more about our thoughts, feelings, and experience. All right, so let's stick with that example of asking about our favorite place we've traveled to. It's a fun topic. You don't want to immediately talk about your favorite place since it feels like you don't care about ours. And you also don't want to ask an unrelated question such as, oh, okay, cool. So what's your favorite movie? Instead, ask a follow-up question that encourages us to dig deeper. So for example, let's say we said our favorite place was Egypt. You could ask why Egypt stands out in our mind above everywhere else, or what one of our most cherished memories is from our time there, or what the most surprising thing was about Egypt that we didn't expect. There are an infinite amount of questions you could ask about Egypt, about travel, about anything, but the key is really paying attention to what we say and then digging deeper into that. So here's a little trick. Never start your questions with "do you?" because most often the response you get will be short and simple. Yes or no. It doesn't really go anywhere more after that. If you use how, what, when, and why at the start of your question, it will help her give you a more detailed response, a bigger response. So start working on your question muscle with those around you so that you can get better at asking open-ended questions that get bigger and better responses. Remember, the more she's talking, the better position you are in. I always say 75-25, at least in the beginning. All right, on to number 3, eye contact. Now this one might seem or sound obvious, but it's so important that I need to mention it because it really allows a woman to feel that you are present if done in the right way. A lot of guys only make sporadic eye contact during a conversation, especially when we're the ones talking. They might be looking around the room or glancing at their phone or even checking out other women. And I know that most of this is done out of nerves or discomfort or fear or boredom, but she doesn't know that. The checking out women is okay if you do it once or twice as a tactic throughout the date. You know, makes a little bit of a challenge, but overall, it's not a great thing. But most guys do it way more than that. Breaking eye contact when we're talking makes it feel like you're not present with us. And that's what we're talking about, being present. That you have something else on your mind other than listening to what we have to say. So we think we're boring you or we're not interesting enough. So it chips away at any connection we might share and doesn't make us feel special at all. Now, I'm not saying you should stare into our eyes and never look away because that's probably gonna make you look like a psycho, but you wanna break eye contact at the right moments. So that could be during a silence or while we're just talking about nothing, or you're looking away to try and capture a thought. But when we're talking to you, especially if we're sharing something that's really important to us, the more eye contact, the better. Just like how I'm giving it to you now. Makes sense, right? None of these 3 things are difficult to do. However, many guys completely neglect them, either because they forget or they don't realize they're important or they're too nervous to remember. And this is totally normal, by the way. I talk to so many men who experience this. So many men don't do these 3 practical things. And if these 3 things are difficult for you to do or you're just not sure how to pull them off right, then I can help you. I've put together a free 45-minute video that I know is gonna put a smile on your face because in that 45 minutes, it will all become crystal clear and the frustrations or lack of confidence you've had with women will disappear. Once you've watched it, I know that you will be eager to put my suggestions to work immediately. All you have to do is go to winggirlmethod.com and click the Watch Now button, and you'll watch a video and get everything that you need to know. Remember, finding the right girl doesn't have to be hard when you understand what women really want. So let me be your wing girl. Just go to winggirlmethod.com or click the link below in the description box. I'll see you soon.